Hey everybody, it's Matt with my Model Y adventure, and today we're going to be doing what I think is kind of maybe the second to easiest maintenance item behind refilling your washer fluid, which is changing your cabin air filters. If you were having kind of like a moldy, musty smell when you're in your car and you got like the heat or AC blowing at you, one of the first things you want to check are your air filters, because more than likely, there might have been some water intrusion from inside the frunk into your air filters, which is making that moldy, musty smell. So this is a very easy process. It's very DIY friendly. The kit I picked up from Teslarati has all of the tools and everything you need in order to do this yourself. So stay tuned as we walk through step by step how to change that out. So included with the kit comes the orange pry tool here. And there's actually underneath the glove box are some push pins that you'll have to remove so you can pull out the stock air filters and put the new ones in. And then there's just kind of this Torx bit here, as there's a screw that is holding on the cover for the air filters that's in there. And then there are two, this kit actually comes with HEPA filters. And I think I already opened up this one in the package here. They're easily labeled, kind of saying which side is which. This side facing front or outward. So in essence, I'm gonna put this one in upside down because this is the way that's facing outwards. And then there's a tab on it. So when it comes time to remove this, you'll easily be able to pull it out. So the first step that you're gonna wanna do is take out your, if you have them, some of the floor mats here. So let me take this one out. Probably can give this a good wash too while I'm at it here. And then down here, we're gonna, in essence, remove this panel here. And then underneath the glove box are the 4 push pins. So let me go ahead and move the camera and I'll show where those push pins are that we can use the orange pry tool to take out. So I'm just looking down in the floor here and then looking up at the glove box. There's 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th one over here. And these are really simple to take out. So let me adjust the camera here. I'm gonna come over here and there's like a little insert on the side piece here. Now, if it does come out separate, that's okay, in 2 pieces. Because you can insert, oh, there's the camera. You can insert this back into kind of the push pin after we're done. But that one is in essence removed. I'm just gonna repeat the process to pull the other ones out, and then you can take off this cover. Now, there are a couple things attached to this cover. You can see here is the kind of LED for the ambient lights. And then there's also a little speaker that's behind this grill over here. When you take this panel off, you want to make sure that you don't just yank it down, because if you yank it down, you might break those wires. So you're going to want to unplug those, and I'll kind of show what the what that looks like after I get these push pins out. So I have removed all the push pins. You can see actually one of them came out with the other part attached to it. The first 3 did not come out with that piece, and that's okay, because you can in essence now take this orange pry tool, stick it kind of between here, and then pry down, and you'll want to do that kind of all the way around to be able to fully remove this. Let me see if I can get a good grip here on this side at least. You can see the other push pin just came out there, which is fine. And then there also may be in the corner here, let me try to move so you can see with the light. The carpet that's down here, sometimes I've seen is kind of pushed over the edge of the trim panel here, and it makes it a little bit difficult to remove if that's the case. So if it is, just push it back with your finger. That one's coming out. And then you can kind of just pull down in the back over here and be able to remove it. You can see it's coming down in the front here. I'm gonna pull out this other push pin while I have it. And then the last one's over here. Pulled it out. I can feel it in the back. I don't know if I can see with the camera, but the carpet was getting caught on it. So let me adjust the camera here. Sorry, my smaller tripod, I can't find it right now. It's somewhere in my garage, and my garage is a mess right now. So here is the ambient light kit. Now, I have an aftermarket one, which is why you'll see some extra wiring here, and of course the light is blue. But over here is the, if I can get it to focus, maybe, is the speaker. So coming in to unplug this, camera wants to focus. There we go. It's just a simple pull, and this can come out. A little difficult with one hand to be able to do that. Let's see if I can't get a grip on it with just one hand. But you want to remove that and unplug your light. Now for me, I'm just going to unplug this aftermarket one. But for the stock ones, you'll want to unplug it so you can kind of fully remove this, because otherwise this is going to get in the way, because you're going to need to access all of this panel over here to insert and remove the air filter. So I have this all attached. Again, this just inserts into here. You can pull it out. Not a big deal. The stock stock footwell light can easily just come unplug. So once you have this unplugged, just go ahead and set it. In my case, I'm just going to put it on the driver's seat. And then the next thing we're going to need to do is pull this panel, because you're going to need to remove it in order to access where the air filter is. Now, what I'm going to do at the top up here is you can just stick your hand in the back and just pull. And you can kind of see here. Let me hold the phone a little bit back. This is just going to easily come off. This just held in with some push clips. And there we go. That one's coming there. And let me work my way around down here to the bottom. There we go. So let me fully pull this out. I'm holding the phone with one hand, so making it obviously a little bit more difficult, but it's just held in with some push clips. Let me see if I can see any here. Here they are. So they're just held in with these push clips. There's not any bolts or nuts holding these on. So now that the trim panel is removed here, you can kind of see the inside of the center console. There is this panel that has a screw up here that you're going to want to use the tool that came included with the kit from Teslarati to basically remove. And it's easiest just to insert as I drop it. Let me try this way. And it's a little more difficult for me doing this one-handed, but you kind of get the idea to insert and then remove. So I'm not going to make you watch removing a screw. That you can kind of just keep on doing until the screw comes off, and then this panel cover will fully come removed, which is where the air filters are housed. So let me remove that. Be right back. So I have the screw fully removed from the cover here, and that just simply lifts off and comes out. And then this is where the stock air filters are. So there is the stock one here. It has a little flap. You just kind of pull it down, and that's for the bottom one. The top one has a flap. Let me move the camera around. Can't really see it, but you can kind of see it poking there at the very top. That's how you can kind of lift it up and then pull it out. Looking at my stock one, it does not look too bad. I've had this Model Y for roughly a year, so I am replacing these early, but I wanted to be on top of this maintenance item because this is one of the simple ones, again, that you can do easily by yourself. So here are the stock filters removed fully from the vehicle. The interior of those fins does not look too dirty. I've had this Model Y for roughly a year, so I am ahead of the maintenance schedule. But in Chicago area, we actually just had a dust storm. I don't know if you guys saw the news or alerts about that. So wanted to make sure I'm on top of keeping the interior air filter and air quality of my vehicle kind of where it needs to be. So I have the aftermarket one here. There's the second one that comes in the kit. Again, you just want to make sure this side facing outwards. So it has the kind of little, moving the camera here, this little fabric piece that you can grab onto. So I'm going to go ahead and insert it into the slot up here. Gonna push it in. That drops down nicely there. Let me get the second one. Again, making sure the side that's facing outward is that direction. Gonna insert it into there and then just push it on in home. So I'm gonna remove this little fabric piece just so it's accessible. And then the same thing at the top. I know it's hard to see, but you can see the fabric piece holding down there. And then there's the one on the bottom. So you can grab your cover for it. That is just gonna slide up into there. And then your screw, where did I put my screw at? There it is. Just put it back in, screw it back on. So after you have the screw put back in, it's gonna be just the reverse steps. You're gonna take your panel, put that back on. You're gonna grab your bottom of your glove box, put your wiring back in, attach everything back up, and then take your push pins. If it is separated, take the female end with the hole, stick that one in first, and then take the male one and then stick that one in, and it will secure it into position. So let me get everything cleaned back up and talk through anything else that is important. Now, after you've completed the maintenance, in my case, it was replacing the cabin air filter and then the wiper blades, you want to go to your car settings, go to service, and go to maintenance, and you can actually tap on these items to reset them. Now, you can see I last changed these today. This is actually today, if you, well, you don't know, but for me, it's May 19th, 2025. So you can tap on the item, and it's going to list here kind of the interval. And in this case, it's approximately 2 years for the cabin air filter, but I did mine today. For the, let me pull up, like as an example here, the HEPA filter. So I have not replaced this. I'm not planning to yet, but this is what will pop up in essence and show you the approximate interval, the last time it was done, which in this case, it's never been done, and when it's expected to be done, which is approximately 2 years from now. And if you're ready to reset everything, you just click that record button. And what it's going to do is update those dates here, or, you know, in the tire rotation case, the mileage as to when your tires were last rotated. So that way you're able to keep a log of everything. It's really nice that Tesla added this into here for you to do everything for maintenance. So hope this helps as you're going through your basic maintenance on your Tesla Model 3 or Model Y or S or X or Cybertruck. So I have everything put all back together. Very simple when you're putting everything back. I do recommend when you're putting the clips back in to hold the glove box bottom piece on, insert the one piece into the other before you push the pin all the way in. That makes it a lot easier so you're not kind of fumbling down there trying to struggle, because the pins only go in kind of one direction. That's kind of a rectangle shape, so you can't put in the longer side into the short side, or it's just not going to fit. So that was, you know, for me to record and do all of this, under 10 minutes. Very simple process to go ahead and change these out. I'll put a link in the description below to where I picked these up on Teslarati. I'm pretty happy with them. They're a HEPA filter. So when the air comes through, it should be, hopefully, a nice smell. And this is really especially important for those that have kind of like a mildew or, you know, moldy smell, that when they turn their air on, it forces that out. This is the first thing you want to change to help get rid of that smell. So hope you guys found this helpful of how to easily change your air cabin filters. Again, this was Matt from My Model Y Adventure.